Hello, friends of Komodo platform, friends of crypto price charts. I'm me, Giuliano. It's the 29th of November, and I'm here to share with you some Bitcoin, some KMD, some R. Let's take a look. Yeah, also we have Varus mainnet upgrade coming right up. By now, you might even be, it might be live. So check out varus.io for more about that. Now I'm here to share, Giuliano, it is the 29th of November and we have weekly candle closes that are confirmed now. Wow, Bitcoin, speaking of which, in terms of closing, just on a daily price chart, yeah, you probably know by now what has happened. There's lots of lines going on here, so I'm going to just remove all that and say, this is yesterday's candle right here. What a candle to close. In fact, I was speculating, oh, maybe 56 or 58K, but no, that's, come on. But if anybody can do it, it is a Bitcoin and or a crypto price chart, but especially Bitcoin in these kinds of circumstances, just toying with everybody. And then let's check 4-hourly. Oof, in the last candle of the day here, just really on the 4-hourly. Yeah, just rocketed. It was just basically flat all day here. I don't want to draw anything. It's going to get all messy again. Flat all day and then bang. So there's your BTC. Now it's holding this level, trying to hold this level, but nothing is for certain. If it does come back down, it's either for a confirmation and then further high, or because price needs to go lower and or continue sideways for a longer term. Yeah, this is quite an interesting phenomenon. I guess I am going to bring lines in, or at least I'm going to say, look, we are looking at a longer downtrend here. Okay, looking for a breakout. And then we are also maybe looking here at this downtrend here, using the tops here and seeing when do we break out of that. All right. Okay, so coming back into a bit more of indications. Wow, so we did get the big move up, and that's what we saw there. So we can get rid of these arrows. They served us well in the sense that there was one or the other, and we got the up one. And so now when we look at let's just keep it on the on the MACD, because I did talk a lot about MACD yesterday, or on the previous video, whenever that was. I think that was yesterday, right? The days, they just melt into each other. I hope you're doing well and keeping sane and healthy and as best you can throughout all this. What is all this? It's whatever it is you're experiencing. Okay, so what you're experiencing now is the daily MACD, and it does look like we're going to get a move into a higher green momentum. Okay, and in that case, my concern was on the weekly, oh, we're coming down to the red, maybe we're going down, but there is a cause for having more green on a weekly. Maybe it's not huge. Maybe it's just 1 or 2 or 3 bars, and then we start coming down, and then we go negative into some aspect of the first quarter or whenever it is. I don't know what the timeline is going to be, but we're going to watch over the next couple of days and see. That's what's going to help us get more clear. When I say next couple of days, we're talking the next week or two, because I just want to get rid of those. There you go. Because here we're in this channel, we're in this up channel. I'm going to get rid of our retracement here for now. Remove that. Okay, we're in this uptrending channel here, and what that means is we have a chance of continuing down and dumping down and going further down and reaching. And this becomes the second scenario, where we go sideways for a number of weeks before then heading higher and then figuring out what happens next. But the current scenario is we maybe find sideways down, whatever it is, but we stay within this channel now. We are significantly in the channel once again. We've used it as support here. I get the sense that the bias is towards the upside, towards the center of the channel. at some point in towards the end of middle or end of December. And so I do see us getting to the 70K level within December. Yeah, I do. I don't see why not. Maybe max by January, but that's really just a very methodical run up in that case. We'll see. It doesn't tend to happen like that. It usually is up, down, that leads to a trend, right? Okay, so that's basically the thought right now. Let's just keep it at that for the BTC on the 4-hour time frame. We see here again, it was really channeling down. It was fighting, making everyone confused. Now we have broken above the original green channel here. So I'm going to replace it with that new, whoops, definitely undo that. This new action here. Okay, so we are with the channel. So we can even keep it as a channel for now. I'm going to take away this green trend line, just recognize that it's there, but it looks like we are breaking out of it on the 4-hour time frame. So barring any real fast dumps back in, we look like we are coming out of it. And so, yeah, let's look for 56.5 to be the main strong support. That's what we're looking for, is 56.5 levels, 56,000 levels being the strong support for BTC. Okay. Currently, also on notice is the lower high. So that's where we'll take an intermediate trend line and say, okay, what is that action all about? All right. So there you go. There's intermediate trend line number 1. And oops, we're going to change color to this color. Okay. There you have it. There's your BTC for now. Hope you're doing well with all of this. And we're going to move on, just confirming this weekly candle close. Yeah, what a beaut. I mean, we had a huge bearish weekly candle here. What a, not reversal yet confirmed, but potential. And also just the amount of buying support up here is very strong. So that's good. But how long can it be sustained, right? If bears keep chipping away, then yeah. Then we have the secondary option of this sideways move, which we're going to watch for the next week to 2 weeks and see. But I'm going to, like, I've been just looking at this level here from back in 2020 and looking at a time when there was a move up and a move down, and how, you know, what was the retracement and what was the time frame, and how does that look in relation to all of this, what's happening here on this scale, and what would that mean in terms of the time frame here. And yeah, so it fits, it works, but again, the first bias, 51% at least, is to the upside, but now it's even stronger with this move here. We are now back at, in my estimation, about like a 70 to 75% chance that we're going higher rather than lower on this interim period into the end of the year and January. When I say lower, I mean sideways, out of this uptrending channel. It's either we stay in this uptrending channel or we break down out of it. That's it. Okay, and none of this financial advice because nothing's guaranteed. But based on the daily MACD, I get the sense the weekly can still maintain some momentum higher. All right. So let's move off of this one onto Komodo platform, KMD. Hovering above the 1700 level. It's been chopping around. It did touch a little below, trade below the 1700 into the high 16s, but nothing of major significance just yet. Well, maybe because on a shorter time, on a lower time frame, that could portend the beginning of a breakdown below this significant level. But it's okay. Like on a daily price chart, this is all fine and good. The price can come even down to here, down to these, you know, really don't want to break lower than the 1630 or 1600 level of Satoshis. But even if it does, it's reasonable to hold that as support and go higher. I mean, we have this 20-day moving average here, roughly meeting that level. So, you know, currently it's at 1621. So if we hold the 20-day moving average, which I suspect needs to happen anyway, you know, we come up here above it, we touch it with wicks, but that's not the same as going up and then touching it with candles and even wicking below. But getting a closes above it and going higher is the sign of a trend that's moving, well, in this case, in the up direction. Now, the thing is, though, if we look at retracements on a daily, we are body to body, not at the 61.8 yet. So that's good. And the 61.8 would, so close to close, would be about 16.47. So that's a strong area for support that we would use for a continued uptrend, which would, in that case, probably be challenging this 200-day moving average that's currently around the 2,300 satoshis and into this cloud, right? Or at least challenging the 21, 22 if it's going to come very soon, like within a few, by 3rd, 4th December, then you might be challenging the 2,000, 2,200 levels. If it takes longer, we may be only challenging 1900s, but then that's really weak. So if we are getting a 61.8 bounce, I get the sense that we should be at least challenging into the cloud. Okay, and the other option, though, yeah, is we completely break down 1600 levels and we're really weak. Something in between here is less strong, but it is still doable. All right. And then, of course, you get a full type of retracement down to like 886 levels. If we start going below that, then we, Komodo risks retracing by more than 100%, which is, it does on many an occasion. Similar to here, it retraced this move. Wait, let's see. Oh, I'm just going off on a tangent. Sorry, friends of tangents, though, maybe you don't mind. This price here, 14s. This price here, 14s. I mean, where are we? It's roughly the same, whatever. So that's like a full 100% retracement there. Anyway, that was just a random tangent. So that's the daily look. We don't look like we formed like anything full here yet. So I get the sense there is another move up, and then we can have our tumble down on a bigger frame. So I get that sense for KMD. And what do our, well, yeah, I mean, give us more green and we'll go higher, bigger green. We could take that. I could definitely use some of that. Otherwise, it's going to be on a daily going more negative for a bit of time. And on 4 hourly, yeah, we could be clearing out and going into a bit more positivity. So let's see what happens there. You got to watch on a 4 hour time frame. Price wise, we haven't really oversold anything, but we are working on keeping this some sort of higher lows on the RSI here. Before we really blow off. Now, this is a 4 hourly, so we've got the issue here. We had this kind of Bollinger Band type of support here, but we're basically in this level here, 200 period average, Ichimoku cloud. Danger here is we rise up to this price level, which is around 1780s to 1820s, which is around the 20 period average, top of this cloud. Do we reject and then fall through the side here? And then so maybe right now the only close target is 1800s. Having said that, on a time period basis, November 30, December 1, by that time frame, maybe the price has come up here and goes higher. Maybe it can break through here easily. Maybe not. Maybe it rejects at 18, and that's where we have something longer. These are the possibilities around the KMD BTC price chart right now on a 4 hour level. I do think still I'll maintain 51% bias to the upside. It just, it looks like there's room here in terms of what this move looks like, what the action looks like, and what the longer term trajectory looks like. Yeah, I don't see why we can't get higher, get our rejection down here at 22, get our rejection up here at 26. I mean, this was the next level, really. This is the intermediate level here that we need to get into before we can start challenging higher. But here's the thing: if BTC is running hard and alts are not keeping up, then KMD might find a bit more of a sideways and down and time-based correction into December. Here's middle of December right here, December to 12, 13, 14, 15 here. So stick around and we'll watch it play out. But that's basically the thoughts on KMD. All right. And then on the pirate chain, it's also looking a little shaky. Oh, we're down at 30. Okay, well, this means that maybe we're going to get a big bounce. In that case, that's a good move. Otherwise, we are breaking down below this 20-day moving average, which is not favorable. So yeah, we're going to need some buying support here. That brings it back up above like 3,100 Satoshis level in order to close above that 20-day moving average, which will be a confirmation. You know, we tried to hold it here. We did, bounced up, need to hold it here again. Otherwise, that's weakness. And we start challenging down here at these 2,900s that we had spoken of in the previous video. So yeah, and then we start, you know, even just riding this downtrend, like it is just weak, but that's fine. Maybe it's going to be weak, but I'm guessing here that you know, that's what we were looking for. We were looking for some negative momentum here. It's not a secret. And then leading into, you know, on a bigger time frame, more and more positive momentum. So on a daily price, the only other option is to go big again and get a bump. But if we get some negative momentum here, just don't be surprised. It's just what it is. You know, we can get a little positivity here, potentially on the 4-hour, but maybe it needs to just keep getting bigger. I'm not sure. On the 4-hour time frame, breaking back into the Ichimoku cloud. So really you would want some buying support here. To hold above the 200 is the orange. Hold above the 200. Okay. Need to hold above the 200. We're already breaking down the Bollinger Band, so we're on a precipitous decline already. If it can hold here and then make its way back up, that's fine, but it looks like we're in weakness. This is a lot of resistance that we need to deal with. So yeah, pirate chain looking like, and now we're at these very, yeah, looking left is important because we broke down this important level here. Yeah, we're gonna probably test it again at some point, but not sure when that'll be and what's gonna happen here. This is a really important level to hold all of this price action here and here that needs to be held. Then we could say this whole move is cleared. Sorry, this move up and down is cleared because we've really come to the beginning of this moving up. So yeah, but at this point, it looks like there's potential for more dumpage down to here, like we said earlier, which is lower end of this cloud. I mean, this has been talked about already, but it's just the downside version of price go down instead of price go up. We don't know, and the market just couldn't hold. We had lower highs here, continued. We kept getting rejected by this resistance once, twice, 3 times, 4 times dump. So, and you know, once it goes down below this 20-day moving average, when it's dumping, it just keeps going. There's no rebound to retest it. So when there's an impulse, it doesn't always rebound in the same way. So who knows if this 200 period average is going to rebound the same way, or if it's going to, you know, wait until the price bottoms out and then continues higher again. So the main thing here is, do we hold these levels here? Sorry, these levels here. And then the next bigger thing actually would be, do we make higher lows than this? Is our low, wherever it's going to be and whenever it's going to be, is it going to be higher than this? I guess wherever takes into account the time and the price, because wherever could be here, which is around this price range and this time, or here, right? Okay. All right, that's it for Pirate Chain. Sorry for any messages that don't suit your fancy, but oops. But I do think that we are getting the opportunity here going down to make some sort of what people like to look at as head and shoulders. And that'll be our potential to test that level. So it is what it is, looking for December to be reasonable. And if not, well, we'll see into 2022. Okay, that's the Pirate Chain. And just looking for some bottom. We're looking for the bottom. The treasure is usually sunken, and it's usually a lot of the times at the bottom. And even at the bottom, you know, you think you're at the bottom, but then you're like, oh, whoa, that was a ridge, and now there's a bottom. Okay, whatever, it happens. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen because maybe that's the bottom. Oh, we're at the bottom. No, look at that ridge. Wow, this is even deeper. Okay. All right, that's it for all you pirates and the friends of crypto price charts and Bitcoin and Komodo platform and all that other good stuff. We'll come back with some more price charts around here, and I look forward to seeing more action. All right. Keep the comments coming. Any requests are always appreciated. Thanks for watching. Wishing you love, peace, and happiness. And until next time, goodbye.